wow. So I figured I'd do a video real quick because it's going to be easier to explain later. So I'm working on converting my site from Django front and back end to only using the Django API back end. To do that, I'm making a Angular front end that'll tie into the back. So I have a couple different tabs here. This is like local debugging. This is the container running. I have a certificate that I've trusted. I issued it by myself for localhost. It's part of the package. Anyway, and then I have another one for test also, which is a wildcard. Don't use wildcard certs, but I do for testing. So it'll take anything non-prod. I'll show you. Yeah, wildcard, anything at SpelledABC, because obviously I own the domain name also. Anyway, so one of the first things I want to change, I don't really like the menu, but I want a multi-tier menu. The problem I had with the old menu system is on the cell phone, this got unmanageable. You just couldn't deal with it. It was a mess. So I want something a little better. However, you see how it only has 3 items here, right? If we look at source code, in the master repo item, there are several. It just only shows 3. So let me also copy this to my clipboard and delete them. So now we have 2, right? Page refreshes, we go to master pro, and there's 2, but you get this weird spacing issue. What I'd like is to have multiple and have the size of the window defined or expand based off of the content. Not sure how to do that yet. I'm sure it's with CSS, but I just haven't gotten around to it. So that's one problem. Fix the colors later. I need to make it work on a cell phone better also. This is pulling from the API. I'll show you the hit here. That is my Docker webhook. So whenever I publish a version to Docker Hub, it comes back with a webhook API call. I missed a couple of them because I was having trouble with the database, but for the most part, there are 480 items. The tagging, excuse me, the tagging schema that I have is 4.1 is for prod, 420 is for dev. I also have this .develop afterwards because I was testing something. I just never changed it back. The other endpoint that I'm going to show you is the insult list. There's a lot. I set the page limit, or the page limit within Django to 20,000. No, 2,000. And there's 2 pages, so I still have a lot. I got a sneeze coming. Excuse me. Anyway, so I need to figure out how to do paging within Django, or I can do it within Django, and I either have to figure out how to control the next to previous page within Angular, or grab it all, which I don't really want to do, but grab it all in Angular and sort it out. So let me show you what happens here. It takes a second. It does refresh, and it just puts them all in a big, long-ass list. Yeah. That's not super fancy down there, I know, but that's showing me what version I have running, so I know what I have deployed. I have cross domain, solution, cores, or whatever it is. So there's trusts. This site will trust localhost 420 or 4200. It'll trust localhost, SpelledABC, and test SpelledABC. Both HTTP and HTTPS versions. Now that being said, the old sites will auto redirect. Actually, the new one will too. It'll auto redirect you from HTTP to HTTPS. Right. So I want to figure out how to do that with the menus, paging, And some of these simple pages, there's no dynamic text here. This is just a static page. Really what I'd like to do is have all this defined in like a static page component and then feed in the data to that component. I'm not sure what that'll look like at the moment. I'm thinking like a list of strings or a list of array elements. I don't know. But there are very subtle differences. Oh, there's another thing that doesn't work. I'll show you the old site. So in MasterPo, on the Footpound calculator, if I have a 55 grain bullet going at 2,700 feet per second, it calculates the foot-pounds of energy. Where'd it go? Yeah. So 55, 2,700, and it do nothing. I'm not sure how to tie in the JavaScript for that. So that's in the foot-pound calculator. So this is the form. And then on change it does calcit. Calcit is defined up here, which I'm guessing it's that it doesn't like. I don't know. Calc form is the name of the form that sets the value for each, is it weight, velocity, and energy is what those stand for. And it's repeated 4 times, so there's 4 sections of 3 elements, total of 12 units, whatever you want to call it. And it does the math to calculate the foot-pounds of energy here, and it just sets it back. Sets the value back. That's how it's supposed to work, and it works on the current prod system, but it does not work on here, and I'm not sure why. Right, so the menu only being 3 items. Paging, oh, that was the other thing. If you notice the multi-pass menu, multi-pass menu gets jacked up when it's too small, when the page is too small. So I assume when you do it on your phone it's too small. Let me take a gander and see what happens here. Sorry, I did not have this pulled up ahead of time. Yeah, not super great. I'm guessing it's because of the picture in the background making a mess of things. The menu is blurry. Doesn't really come through on the phone, on the camera. The menu is manageable, it just drops in location. Yeah. So it's probably just some CSS alignment stacking issue or some shit, I don't know. Anyway, that's my video and it's way too long. Deal with it.